Good evening, all. Right. Okay, hope you can hear me, right? Good evening. Hello, guys.
Good evening, sir.
Okay. I hope you can hear, right? So I think only one can hear me. It's okay. So maybe it will take some time to propagate the signal to the every corner in the class, right? Okay, anyway, so let's start today without taking much time. So we have just finished our ICT introductory lesson, introduction to ICT. That part we have done. And what remains is we have to start learning about the computer system, right? So before learning about the computer system, I would like to ask a small question from you. So can anyone tell me what is a system? What is a system? Yes. Oh, can you give me an example for system? Dimat, what is a system? Provide me an example, at least. Kisalni, so what is a system? Yes. Okay.
Drainage system.
Drainage system. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Chatuni, what do you think? What is a system? Can you give me an example for system? Any system that you use currently? Just now? So what you have used? Any system? Okay, it seems like you're thinking too much. Okay, let's say respiratory system, you all use. Otherwise, you can't be in the class. I'm not sure whether your respiratory systems are working. I hope so. Are they working? Oniti?
Yeah.
Right, okay, great. That's why you're answering, right? Okay. Otherwise, you can't answer, no? Okay, hey Sandhu, is your respiratory system working? Okay, seems like microphone turn on and turn off, but I couldn't hear anything. But I hope it's working because it's responding to my instructions, so it might working, right? Okay, so something wrong in your microphone, Hesadu. I think like it's even though you unmute that, I couldn't hear it. Sometimes when you unmute, you have to wait small amount of time until it properly synchronize. Otherwise, when you talk to the microphone and turn off, there is higher potentiality to not to hear that. So because when you turn on the microphone, it takes some time to synchronize because we are working in a network, no internet environment, no. Sometimes when you turn on, turn off the microphone same time, so we will not be able to hear anything. Okay, anyway, so let's move to the topic today. So we are going to learn about the computer system. Computer system is a system. What is a system? A system is basically a set of components working together to achieve a common goal. A system is set of components, set of interrelated components. Those are working together to achieve a common goal. Okay, we learn about these parts. Now today we have to learn about the fundamentals or the basics. Fundamental means basics of the computer system. Basics of a computer system. Okay, so you can write the heading FICT or fundamentals of computer system. And I'm going to write under that now. Okay, let's write this. Okay, I'll write here, right? So you can also write in the note. So if you have the note, you can update or edit the note. Just after, yeah, you can write here. Fundamentals. The heading is fundamentals. Fundamentals means basic facts of the computer system. Fundamentals of the computer system. Basic facts about the computer system. Under that, the first heading, please write a question and then the answer. What is a system? And our answer was a system is a set of interrelated, not just connected, working related, interrelated set of components, a set of interrelated components work together to achieve a common goal. So work together to achieve that, work together to achieve a common goal. A set of interrelated components work together to achieve a common goal. Example, you can say,
Excuse me, sir.
yes, Pute.
So I am just now joined to this class. What are you teaching, sir?
Yes, we started our new topic, that is fundamentals of computer system. You can write down the heading, and
Okay,
after that I was explaining what is a system, and this part I have given, so you can write down the same, right? System is an interrelated component, interrelated set of components, interrelated, connecting to each other, එකිනෙකට සම්බන්ධිත, connecting to each other, and not just that, related to each other. Related means, so input from one device will go to the next device or the next component as well. Okay, let's take a simple example. Let's take a respiratory system, Swasana Paddhati, or respiratory system. So when you take the respiratory system, so you can see there are a lot of components. So okay, here in this image you can see nasal cavity, pharynx, and then alveoli, right lung, and so throat, bronchus, right, left lung. You can see nose, nasal conchae, and so you can say, so these are so frontal sinus, right? So there are components. There are a lot of parts actually. These parts work together. Why I'm telling like that? Working together means if you inhale through the nose, your throat must accept that. So what happens if someone has like cut down this part? Then even though you inhale, it will not go to the lungs, because in the middle there's something wrong. Maybe somebody has cut, or maybe let's say some there is some kind of damage or wound in the middle, or kind of, okay, let's say a food or something is struck in the middle. Then you can see, so even though you try to inhale, what will happen? It's not going to the lungs. So yeah, you have seen like people sunk in water. So what will happen is the inhaling system will be blocked due to water. Maybe water will go to lungs even. So then this inhaling system will not work, and that will cause death, right? Anyway, whatever you take from the nose should be accepted by the throat and then by the lungs. Okay, let's say another system, let's say digestive system. So maybe you don't remember this respiratory system, but you all need digestive system. No? You all need to eat and drink. Then when it comes to the digestive system, you can see mouth, salivary glands, esophagus, liver and gallbladder, stomach, and so then rectum, anus, appendix, and all these parts are there, right? So this is not a science class, but I'm taking my chances to explain this, because using your familiar system, whatever you take from the mouth, let's say you took some food, and if your esophagus is not accepting that, or if your salivary glands are not properly working, salivary glands saliva is not coming out from the salivary glands, then so even though you try to swallow this, so it will be very, very difficult. So especially when you have sinus or some related disease, even this COVID, patients are facing such problem because of the blocking of these areas, throats and nose. So they can't properly eat sometimes. And okay, let's say you take you take the food and it will go to the esophagus and it will even go to the stomach. But what happens if your appendix or if your these large intestine and the small intestine? So these intestines are not digesting or not absorbing the nutrition. So then also again there's a problem. You have to do certain surgeries, cut down some parts. Maybe if you're suffering from appendicitis, something like so your stones or some other materials stored here, then you have to cut down this part and do some operation. Likewise, each of these components is important to work as a system. Let's say liver and gallbladder is not giving the enzymes properly, then also the digestion will not happen properly. So that is why you have the yellow color in when you go to toilet. Right? This is not a very good example, but anyway, when you go to toilets, you can see the waste materials basically. So it comes with some yellow color because of the gallbladder and liver functions. This happens due to gallbladder and liver functions. It's adding some enzymes for the digestion purpose. Right? So anyway, all these components should work together. So what I need to tell is all these parts should work together. Then only it will work as a system. Okay, you can write down example: respiratory system, transport system, or you can say education system. Everything which has a lot of components working together to achieve a common goal, we can call it as a system. Computer system. Those are systems. So if you want to know about the computer system more, actually these parts we have learned already today, but I hope you cannot remember that. So we learn in grade 7, 8, 9, and now in 10. Only thing is you can't remember the stuff much neither. It's okay. So let's write down about the computer system. It is also a system with a lot of components such as hardware parts, software components, and users. Which works together to achieve the common goal of electronic data processing. Why these components are working together? There is a common goal. That goal you can call electronic data processing. Please write down this with me. Okay, we started our topic, fundamentals of computer system. Then we learn what is a system, and then what is computer system. Computer system is also a system, but it has components. So why these components are working? These components are working together to achieve the common goal of electronic data processing. Electronically, it's processing data and producing some output. Electronically, it's processing data and producing some output. Okay. Next subheading: subsystems of computer system. So don't write down this. First of all, listen. Subsystems of computer system. Number one, I would like to tell hardware is a subsystem. Number two, software. So under software, there are something called system software. Sorry, I would like to mention this special topic firmware. Number three is liveware. So remember that software, hardware, single term, liveware is two terms, right? Live space ware. Okay, what is software, Budhe? What is hardware? You know these things because you have learned this in grade, which grade? You have learned this in grade 9. So you know this. So what is hardware? Come on, guys. I feel little lazy. I even feel sleepy. When you are not talking, it's not interactive. I would like to see your faces even. So are you there in the class or are you sleeping? Guys, there are some, but some others are sleeping, seems, right? Okay, I'll tell who are sleeping. Okay. For the moment, I can see, yes, who are the sleeping guys. Okay, Chenita, it seems sleeping. Chatuni, she also, it seems sleeping, right? Hesandu is, I think is in deep sleep. Kisalni, couldn't hear from you also. Seems you're also sleeping. And Oniti, Pasindu, don't eat much Pute. For lunch, take very small amount of food. Otherwise, what will happen? Right?
You will get sleep.
You will, yeah, I will sleep. So eat little amount of food, right? So I think you eat lot. Chatuni, is that? Godak kama kanawada?
Yes, sir.
කවුරු හරි යස් කියන වෙන කෙනෙක්. චතුරි මම හිතන්නේ ගොඩක් කෑම කනවාද? ඒකද නිින්ද යන්නේ. නිින්ද ගිහලා කියලා මම අදහස් කරේ ඇයි දන්නවද පුතේ? Why did I say you're sleeping? Because your camera, I cannot see you in your camera. Maybe like so මේ වෙලාවට අර දත් මැදලා නැහැ කියන්නත් බෑනේ නේ. මේ වෙලාවට ඉතින් දත් එහෙම මැදලානේ ඉන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ අවස 5 කියන්නේ දැන් දත් එහෙම මැදලා ඉන්න ඕන වෙලාව. මේ වෙලාවටත් නිකන් කැමරා ඔන් කරන්නේ නැහැ කියන්නේ මට හිතෙනවා නිදාගෙනද කියලා හිතෙනවා. Right. Only okay. So again, right, okay. Again, this is wonderful answer that I'm getting from Mama Mekat Kianan. So sometimes, yes, you are serious. So it's not good to joke at you, I know. But let me tell this, right? So when it comes to grade 6, 7 kids, you know, their cameras are already always working. So these grade 6, 7 kids, they are using laptops and computers. Their cameras are always working. So even some of the guys are coming without the shirt, right? Shirt එක නැතුව හරි camera on කරගෙන ඉන්නේ. So some of the guys, like I can see entire family from the camera. When it comes to grade 6 and all, not just the student, the entire family is in the camera. I can see what is happening in the background. Maybe mom is shouting and father is with some other work. So your brother and sister, they are dancing behind the camera. Right? I can see everything, right? Even the entire family in front of the camera when it comes to grade 6, 7, right? When it comes to grade 8, right? Grade 8, 9, even desktop පුතේ හරිද? desktop එකෙත් එහෙම තමයි. මේ grade 8, 9 වලට එනකොට cameras වැඩ කරනවා. හැබැයි මම කියන්න ඕන. camera වල පොඩි instruction එකක් දුන්නා. මේ ගොඩක් camera එක චුට්ටක් on කරලා මූණ චුට්ටක් බලමු පුතේ. එතකොට ඔන්න වැඩ කරනවා. When it comes to grade 10, 11, okay, I know you're serious, right? When it comes to grade 10, 11, lot of cameras are not working, Pute. You don't know why. So they are having, like, you know, the cameras, like, එතකොට තමයි මට හිතෙනවා grade 10 වගේ ළමයින්ට විකුණන්නේ කැඩුන computers ද මන්ද මේ කඩවල වලින්. Because a lot of cameras are not working. They are having laptops and cameras are not working. Some are having desktops. So even desktop එකට camera පුතේ එළියෙන් ගහන්න පුළුවන්. Right? If you don't know. So you can put a camera like external to the computer, to desktop computer, right? That is called a web camera. You can purchase, I'll show you a small image. So you can purchase, no need to purchase high-end HD camera, but still you can purchase this kind of one, right? Web camera, just pick USB web camera. USB web camera is not costly. It's a very small amount. Maybe you can buy this for, here you can say Daras and these apps. I think you can just pay cash on delivery තියෙනවනේ දැන්. Cash on delivery කියන්නේ ඔයාගේ address එක දාලා order කරලා ගෙදරට ආවම ගෙවන්න. cards ගෙවන්න ඕනෙත් නේ. Daras වගේ app එකකින්. So here only 2,000 rupees. So that is investment, guys, right? So I think even that web camera you can buy less than that amount also. It's possible, right? Well, web camera Daras එකේ තව තියෙන this is input device. laptop වලට දැන් කැමරාව වැඩ කරන්නේ නැති laptop තියෙනවනේ. ඒවටත් ගහන්න පුළුවන් මේක. මාන වැඩේනේ. ලබන සතිය වෙනකොට වෙබ් කැමරා එකක් අරන් එන්න ඕනද? නෑ එහෙම ඕනේ නෑ. ඒ වුණාට try කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් හරි වෙබ් කැමරා එක ගන්න පුළුවන් ඔයාලට. මේ තියෙන්නේ සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ගන්න පුළුවන් පුතේ. සාමාන්‍ය අඩුම price එක බලමු. It's the least price. 1200. 1200 කියන්නේ සාමාන්‍ය reasonable price, right? 1200, 1100 reasonable price. only 1000 rupees නේ. පොඩා අම්මට තාත්තට චුට්ටක් කරදර කරලා කියන්නේ මේ වෙබ් කැමරා එකක් ගමුනේ 1000. හරි අම්මයා කියන රුපියල් 1000යිනේ අරන් දෙයි. බෑ කියන එකක් නැහැ. Okay? Okay, let's go back to lesson Pute. So anyway, indicate that you are alive, right? So it's okay if you don't, the camera is not working. Seriously, if it is not working. Seriously not working, that is also okay. But at least I think your microphone should work, right? In that cases. If your microphone and camera both are not working, oh my God, Pute. And you are in like, so you are coming online class now. At least try to fix your microphone, eh? So otherwise you won't be answering the questions. Okay, so hardware, software and liveware. So let's answer today. Hardware, software, liveware. So what is hardware? Hardware. Hardware. So what is hardware?
Something with output.
Yeah, something with output, input, or anything. But anyway, something physical, right? So we
Physical
can
components.
Yes, physical components of the computer system. So you have input, output, storage, memory, processing, and communication devices coming under hardware, right? All these devices, input, output, storage, right? Input, output, processing, communication, memory, and storage, hardware. Software. So these are tangible, right? You can say tangible. Tangible means can be touched and seen. Can be touched and seen. Okay, software.
Software means what we can see through device.
Yeah, we can see inside the devices, but we can't actually touch them. So these are intangible set of instructions. Intangible means you can't touch.
And so we can't touch it.
Yes, you can't touch. That is intangible. That's the meaning of intangible. You can't touch. Intangible set of instructions and instructions, related data and documents inside the computer and its components. So we call them software. Actually, there are a few categories. Firmware is one category. Firmware is a special system software embedded to the hardware component at the manufacturing time. This is the basic control mechanism related to that hardware component. So why embedded in the hardware manufacturing time? This is the basic control mechanism related to that hardware. Example, you can say washing machine software, TV software. So not washing machines, TVs are having this, not just that, even hard disk, software, monitor, projector. So these are belongs to firmware, right? Then you have system software. System software means programs which directly work with hardware.
So what that mean?
Okay, they can talk to hardware, right? We can't talk to hardware. No? So let's say you have a pen drive, you have another pen drive. Can they talk to each other? Can a pen drive put a file to the next pen drive?
Can't, sir.
Can't. So then what we should do? We have to connect that to a computer, right? Then the computer will read that. So what is inside that? Actually, reading happens to a software, right? Operating system do the reading part. Okay, operating system say, okay, let's say you have a pen drive එකක් තියෙනවා. Let's say you have a pen drive. When you plug it to the computer only, it says, there is a film, there is a song, there is a folder. Likewise, it's showing only after plugging to the computer. Who shows that? That is your operating system. So that's why I said that. So system software is used to communicate, talk with the hardware. Actually, even though you have a pen drive in your hand or in your pocket, you can't tell what is inside that without looking at that in using a computer, no? Computer එකකින් බලන්නේ නැතුව පුළුවන් ඔයාලට කියන්න pen drive එකේ මේවා තියෙන කියලා යාළුවෙක්ගේ pen එකක් හම්බුනේ.
Can't, sir.
Pen from friend. So without looking at the pen, just by observing the outside appearance, you can't say, මේක ඇතුලේ නම් තියෙන film 3කුයි සින්දු 5කුයි. Likewise, can you tell? It's not possible. You can guess, but you can't actually tell it, no. In order to tell it, you have to plug it to a computer. Computer එකට plug කරාට පස්සේ තමයි. When you plug it to a computer only, it will read that. So to read that pen drive, operating system, Windows or any operating system can be used. So it is called a system software. System software means programs which directly work with the hardware components. Understood this now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so virus scanning, file handling, maybe backup, formatting. For those things, we use system software to identify the file, opening file, deleting, editing. So we use system software to identify, open, sort, search, delete. We use that. Then the application software. So these are simple because it is used to, I wrote in the wrong place. So okay. Application software. Next category is application software. Programs works according to the user needs, user requirements. Programs work according to the user instruction or according to user needs.
That means our need.
Yeah, your needs. Can be example, you can say photo editing, listening, music, browsing web, right? So not to actually work with the hardware, just to work with you. Liveware. People who use, maintain, repair, engineer, troubleshoot, sell, teach, computers, and those who related to that field. We call them live. Any live being any living being, right? Basically, we take human because even animals are using computers, but we don't consider animals. We only consider human beings, right? Chenita, I didn't get your question, Pute. Chenita, what did you ask? Chenita, I think he's missing the class, right? Finish and let me know. Right. Then we have learned about the computer system, and also we have learned about the main components of the computer system. Next, when it comes to the categorized features of computers, actually, so we'll discuss that. I'll keep it to the next day. We need to know about the different categories for the classifications related to the computer based on the size, especially. So there are 4 categories of computers. So the first category is supercomputers. These computers are really, really powerful computers. So these computers are used as servers.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, supercomputer means that gaming computers?
No, not gaming computers. That is special computer like a cabinet. So this is,
Okay, sir.
if you have not seen, this is actually supercomputer farm from Google. So you can see.
Okay.
So it's like a cabinet, right? No mouse, no keyboard, no such things. It's like big cupboard. So it has a lot of processing devices, memory and storage devices. Also communication devices. Input-output devices are connected using network. Have you used this one? Anyone use this one?
So is that supercomputer?
Yes.
No, sir.
I believe we all are using that. Why? This time itself, I'm using a supercomputer. Not my interface, but when I ask, show me a supercomputer from Google, Google will access a supercomputer and give me the results. Indirectly, we are using a supercomputer. But so to use supercomputers, we need to connect using our computers, right? My computer is not a supercomputer. I'm just using Apple Mac or a MacBook here. This is MacBook Air, right? So this is MacBook Air. This is very small computer. I'm using that to access this supercomputer.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, is that computer or laptop that macOS?
This is a laptop.
Sir, is it have a monitor?
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
This is a MacBook Air. This is how it looks like. It's a general notebook kind of computer. This is how.
Sir, but isn't that a laptop?
This is a, yes, you can say notebook, but category of laptop, right?
Okay, sir. So, sir, that means can we say to our laptop also to a computer?
Yeah, you can say, you can tell that a computer. Basically, it's family of computer, right? Family of computer and family of laptop. Under laptop family, you have netbook, notebook, so various other things, tablet.
Okay,
So
sir.
all these are under laptop or computer family. So we are going to discuss about the broad categories, right? So, but whatever supercomputer is, it's like, it's not having a monitor. It's like a big giant computer, and it's not just single computer. You can see there are hundreds of supercomputers. So several hundreds of supercomputers are there. Why? These are called supercomputer farms. Actually, if you say NASA, if you just view NASA, so they also have a supercomputer farm. Here you can see it's not single supercomputer, it's a supercomputer farm, a lot of supercomputers. Because single supercomputer, this millions of users will be served, and there will be trillions of calculations happening per second. A lot of calculations, because they are related to their space researchers. They are doing a lot of research work. So you need powerful computers. So this is what their supercomputer lab looks like. So it's not like this, right? So traditional computer lab, you know, computer lab means when you come to computer lab, So you may think about, okay, this is kind of lab that we are using. We think, okay, NASA and Google might use this kind of lab. No, they are not using, they are using that supercomputer labs. Actually, how people are working with these computers?
So they can't type, no, sir.
Yeah, they have, that's what I'm saying, telling. So if they want to work, they have to connect using the network. So how I'm using this supercomputer today? So I'm accessing Google supercomputer. How? I'm using my computer. I'm using my computer and connecting to the supercomputer in California or Singapore, some other country, using the network. That is where the network comes. අපි මෙතන තියෙන එක නෙවෙයි වෙන තැනක තියෙන එකක් පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ ඉන්ටර්නෙට් හරහා. Right? එතකොට මේවටත් ඒගොල්ලෝ connect වෙන්නේ කොහොමද? How they are connecting to these computers through the networks. ඒගොල්ලෝ directly මෙතනට ගිහිල්ලා keyboard mouse ගහ ගන්න. They are not going to go to this place and plug it keyboard and mouse and use it. Instead of that, they use remote access without going to that location. They use network.
Also, they are using Bluetooth adapters?
No, they are using network, RJ45 cables, maybe, or Wi-Fi, or some other, or fiber lines. They can use their network infrastructure.
So, sir, that must be long, no, sir? That wires.
So they have network, big network. No, these are giant networks, bigger networks. They might have long wires, wired or wireless media, high-end infrastructure anyway. So they are not going to directly put input and output devices to this. That is also not secure. No, putting direct keyboard or mouse to these kind of computer is not secure. It is dangerous because then it's not possible to protect the physical. Protect is physical. It's very difficult because people access in. Only the permitted people can go inside this. Authorized people only. So there is a special. So I think you have seen this in films. This is called server room, highly protected area. Right? Server rooms are highly protected areas. So only the authorized people can go there. Right? Because it is physically protected. And guard is there. Fingerprint guards and different, like even automatic alarm systems, lot of things are there to protect these computers because it's really valuable. That is their asset. Okay, so then comes to the next category of mainframe computers. So supercomputers can provide several 100,000 people service simultaneously. Several 100,000 people simultaneously, not just a single person. Several 100,000 people can be served simultaneously. That is what the supercomputer is. Right? Then mainframe. Mainframe can also serve a lot of people, but it is not larger as supercomputer. It is also costly, large computer which can serve several thousands of people. Then comes the mini computer. Have you heard about workstations and all? Workstations?
Yes, sir.
Workstations, sometimes workstations are categorized into these mini computers. This is, let me show, mini computer workstation, right? So it is also like a cabinet. It is also like a cabinet, a bit larger one. So the mini computer is also like a cabinet or larger one, but that is a popular one. This is not mini computer, right? So this is like small computer. Not that computer is not a mini computer. So I would like to refer this one. This is mini computer. Can you see? It's also like a cabinet.
Okay, sir.
Sometimes when you call mini computer, people think, mini computer. Mini computer means like small computer like this. This is not mini, right? This sometimes people think this is mini computer. No. This is not mini computer. Sometimes you this is mini computer. The small, it's not mini computer. It's not real mini computer. Real mini computer is this. It is larger than a personal computer.
So why we say that it is a mini computer, sir? It is very big now.
Yeah, it is very big. Why we call that mini? Because we don't have any other word, no? Super, mainframe. Then you have the next word in is mini. That's why. Because you have a further small category, that is microcomputer. Microcomputer is the computer that we use. Microcomputer is a computer that we use, right? This is a microcomputer. These are type of not this, it's not very good. So microcomputers are basically laptops, desktops, right? So laptops, then here you can see these are microcomputers. Desktop, laptop, PDAs, tabs, all are coming under microcomputers, right? Okay. Now we learn the category. Actually, microcomputers can be used personally by only one, basically one or two users, but simultaneously or same time only one user can use this version, right? Okay, that is about the microcomputer. Next, we have to learn about the technology behind these computers. How we categorize. So today is a theory lesson, right? Bit boring, I know. But anyway, I can't skip the lesson because I have to go in order. So what I'm going to try is I'm going to maybe next day, not today. Today, like some of the students have taken leaves. So because they are today, what is Ramazan? Oh, what is the day? Thai Pongal. Thai Pongal, right? So some are celebrating Pongal. So I know like, there are Buddhist students, but for Pongal, they are celebrating Pongal. So there are some like, you know, even there are some Christians celebrating Ramazan, Buddhists celebrating Ramazan. So they are, so in the Vesak day, Muslims are celebrating Vesak. Right? That is multicultural, very good. So when you want to take a leave, you will take that as a granted leave, right? So that's how you are celebrating that. Even some are celebrating like Queen's birthday. There is a leave date for them. So earlier days, Ceylon, all Ceylon was celebrating Queen's birthday as a leave day, but not today, earlier days. Okay, so based on the technology. So there are two kind of technologies. The technology, this is the first one is called analog and the second one is called digital. So what's the difference? Analog signals will take any value between a given range, but a digital signal will take defined value between a given range. What is that? Give me some example.
To the defined value, sir?
No, for an analog signal. For analog signal.
No any idea, sir.
Okay, have you seen this diagram anywhere?
Yes, sir.
It's heartbeat, right?
In three wheels in Sri Lanka also, sir.
In 3 wheels. My God. Right, okay. Let's say so you can say ICU. In ICU or intensive care unit, right? In intensive care unit, you have this kind of stream.
Sir, we can see those like this in hospital now, sir.
Yeah, hospitals, basically in ICU beds, in intensive care unit or the ICU beds. So in hospitals, basically, you might see, maybe you have seen in films, if you have not seen really, you might see this kind of stream. So this stream is showing, and now it's actually, now mostly it's digital, but traditionally this stream was showing an analog wave. Analog means it can take any value between a given range. There is a higher value, there's a lower value. Between the higher and the lower value, it can take any value. So you can, have you seen this diagram? Bitcoin to LKR. Bitcoin to LKR. So Bitcoin means a cryptocurrency. So where the people are trading this, sometimes people are earning from Bitcoins because it has a very higher value. It hit like 12 million recently, but now it's dropping and now again it's raising. Sometimes it will drop again, not sure. So this is what, and you can see there is a lower value and there are some higher values. There's a lower value and there are some higher values, and it's moving, it's fluctuating from lower to higher in arbitrary pattern. So any value, it can take any value between a given range. That is called Bitcoins. No, that is called analog kind of signal. Most of the things are analog in the world. Let's say corona worldometer. So then you can see the corona patient, the pandemic status, and you can see how it is fluctuating. So it's going up, going down, going up, going down, going up, going up, and now it's going severe, it's going up. Omicron hitting the world badly, right? You can see the death rates going up, going down. Likewise, it's variable. You cannot predict, it cannot have a defined value. So we call those are analog kind of data and analog waves. Analog data, analog waves. Okay, let me show this using water.
And so we can go to Google Maps and they introduce us that in any countries we can check where is the corona very high, like that, sir.
Yes, a corona spreading map, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, let's see about the waves in simulations. And so analog is very common, right? Analog is very common. You can see this is. I would like to take another example for waves rather than the slinky. Let's take sound and waves, and I'm using waves, the introduction. Just to show you how analog data becomes analog signal, right? Signal means data at transit. Signal means data at transit, means single data at transit. Signal එකක් කියන්නේ data at transit. සංඥාවක් කියලා කියන්නේ ගමන් කරන දත්තවලට. තැනක ඉඳන් තව තැනකට යන. Moving from one place to another place.
Trans wave, no.
Sorry?
Sir, is that trans waves?
Yeah, transit. Data at transit or transmitting data. Yes, physical class I'm thinking today, but the thing is like with the pandemic situation, time to time we have to change it today. Time to time we have to change, you know. So I don't like that, because like students will be given, sometimes they are given the opportunity to come to the class, sometimes according to the rules. So next thing will be in the physical class. Next, you can see next few months we will be having a lot of problems. We all will have to face power cuts, not just the power cuts. So a lot of troubles will be there. Even the vehicle, the fuel will not be there, will not be available for some time. So then we can't move. So buses will not work. So likewise, we will be facing a lot of troubles in this year. තාම අපි දැක්කේ ට්‍රයල් එකක් විතරයි. තාම අපි දකින්නේ මේ මොනවාද මේකට කියන්නේ අපි ෆිල්ම් එකේ ඇඩ් එක විතරයි. right ෆිල්ම් එකේ ඇඩ් එක විතරයි. හැබැයි ෆිල්ම් එක හරියටම එනකොට අපිට ලේසි වෙන්නේ නැහැ. It will not be an easy thing, because so our country is badly mismanaged by a lot of politicians. Badly mismanaged. It's not okay. It's okay to not manage this. If they have not managed this, that will be okay, because people will manage. But the country is badly mismanaged. When it is mismanaged, it is misused. Due to this misuse, there will be a lot of issues we have to face in the future. this year is a very bad year. Even though I wish a lot of people a good year, it's not good year. We know that. We all know it's not going to be a good year. So I don't like to be volatile, right? I don't like to be volatile. I don't like to be like short-tempered or like kind of I don't like to give a temporary solution. When I start online, I know we can continue online and finish it. Even so, let's say power is not there, but if you have power for 2 hours, you can charge your mobile phone. Then at least you can use your mobile phone to join in the class. Anyway, we can continue that. I know that physical will be good for O levels and A levels. They enjoy the physical classes rather than online classes. I know that. So then how can I help that? So that is my problem. I wanted to start class at Goal even. I had plans, right? I wanted to start.
And so there are so many students all over the country, no, sir?
Yeah, there are all over the country, a lot of children are there. But the thing is, like, I was planning Galle, Gampaha, Galle, Nugegoda, and Kandy. But the thing is, how can I do that now? That's a problem. How can I do that?
So I have to lift to Gampa and can do all this.
I need a better transport mechanism. That is one thing. And also, the parents are having difficulties sending their children time to time due to this pandemic. And we will have to face this at least 2-3 years. So that is the bitter truth. For another 2-3 years, we have to face this online. We have to adapt with this online mechanism. We don't have any other mechanism.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, where are you from?
My hometown is Kandy, and now I am residing in Gampa.
Okay, sir.
Right, but I have done all classes everywhere. Right, I have done basically not classes because most of them are free seminars by school invitations. I came to Goal and I have done some seminars in Sangamita College. Even done some seminars in Wesley College, Colombo, and done Sirimevan Naik. There, I went to Kandy, Pushpadana girls, so Royal. Likewise, I went to a lot of schools based on the invitations by the teachers time to time. But now, actually, recent past, I have not visited any school. Within 2 years, I have not been to any school. Okay, see this.
Yes, sir.
This is, you can see in this stream, it's actually water drop.
Yes, sir.
When water drop is falling down, so the water is trying to communicate that to the edge, forming a wave. This is what a signal is. When there's a water drop, you can see the motion or that effect, that energy is transmitted to the corner as a wave, forming a wave. Actually, the height of the wave, it depends, right? Height of the wave, it depends. It has so different values, different places. You can see at the beginning, it has very high value here. But when it travels, it has a lower value. You can see very low value here. So let's draw a line to understand this. Okay, I'm drawing a line here from here to here. Let's see when it's crossed the line, right?
Okay, sir.
So let's drop water. Okay, not hit the line. It's going below the line. Okay, let's draw another line then. Okay, that's touching the line. Let's see. At the end, it was touching the. Okay, let's draw the line again. Little below here. Okay, when I drop this, you can see, okay, it's crossing the line. And after that, not crossing, again crossing the line.
No, sir, there is not crossing.
It's not crossing.
No, sir.
The initial point, it was crossing, right? After that, just touching.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's increase the amplitude, amount of water that is falling. Let's increase that. Okay, now, a big wave. Okay.
Now bits. Sir.
Now let's drop continuously. Then you will be able to see this. And you can see this is what analog signal looks like. But this is called sine wave. Sine wave means it's the waveform is like it's very symmetric, right? It's not like heartbeat. Heartbeat is going here and there. It's changing that. But here this is like very constant. It's called sine wave because it's constant. And you can see the graph.
So what is it measuring?
It's measuring the height of the wave.
Okay, sir.
And also the frequency of the wave.
Sir, what is the importance of that or use of that measurement?
Because like when you increase the, okay, let's decrease the amplitude, height of the wave. Let's decrease it. Then you can see, right? You can see the wave is not propagating to the end, right?
Yes,
it's not going to the end because low power. Among me, if I talk to you in very like it's a very small voice, it's very difficult to hear me, right? But if I increase my voice, then you all can hear me clearly. That is the experiment. Understood? If my voice is very lower, then this is you. You can't hear me because any channel has noise. Noise with other sounds, right? Maybe your mother is shouting, maybe somebody is, maybe some vehicles are moving in the road, wind is circulating, birds are singing songs, right? Maybe air conditioner noise is there. All these things are there in the environment, right? So that's the reason. So if you have very low amount of power, then the signal will not propagate. But if you increase the power, signal will propagate to the end. So that is the idea. That is the idea of this experiment. Okay, I hope you got the idea.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's move to the next point, Pute. Just give me a second. When it comes to, right, you can see when I drop. Oh. High power wave, it's basically.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So can't we put hard disk to our laptop in output?
Hard disk to laptop as output device?
Yes, sir.
No, it's storage, right? It is storage device. Storage,
yes,
storing purpose. No. Storage and output, two things. Output is displaying or showing or immediately doing something, but this. So what do you mean by storage is saving for later use? Okay, let's move to the topic. So analog waves, now you know what is analog wave. Analog wave is a wave which is changing its value over the time. Time to time, it will take a different value. But digital waves, it will also take different value. But so these different values are constances. What do you mean by that? It has some fixed. Okay, so can you tell me what is your grade? What is your grade?
Grade
10. Anyone here who's in grade 10.5 or grade 10.6?
No, sir.
10.7?
No, sir.
10.98?
No, sir.
Next grade will be grade 11, right?
Yes, sir.
That means you have constant grades, but we can't call grade 1.1, 1.125, 1.2357. So 10.123, 10.135, 10.785. Likewise, you don't have any in between values. So this is the nature of digital wave. A digital wave, basically it has constances, fixed values. Constants, it's not range, it's not like changing smoothly. You can say fixed values. After 4, maybe next is 8. After 8, next is 2. Next is 1. Again 2. Next is 5 or 4. And 6. 4 again. Likewise, fixed values. So computer prefers the second category, digital format. But we prefer the analog format. Computer prefer the digital format or the second format. So how computer transfer, right? So how computer transfer? So they transfer data in digital waves. But there were some computers. Have you seen this kind of monitors in maybe in past you have seen, maybe your mother and father, if you ask, they have seen this kind of computer and TVs also.
I have seen, sir.
These computers are having circle. So kind of, okay, I'll show you. Maybe this will have, sure. Okay, you can see there are two options, two switches actually. These switches can be rotated. In analog TV also it's there, right? Analog TV, analog radio. Here, these rotatable wheels. Have you seen these rotatable wheels in analog TV? Sometimes you might, right? In this monitor also there are. These are rotatable. Any value can be set to control the brightness, to change the channel, to change the volume. You have to rotate, right? This is analog radio. So do the analog radio. To change the values, you have to rotate. These rotating wheels are there. Here, these rotating wheels are there. That is how nowadays also I have seen these things in some, you know, some
there are some
vehicles. Some vehicles, sometimes these rotating values are there. Yes.
And there are some analog telephones, no, sir.
Yeah, analog telephones are also there, that rotating kind of thing. And so telephones mostly use analog signals. So digital means you have digits. The digital radio, you don't have these rotating wheels. Instead of that, you have buttons. These buttons are 1, 2, 3. You can put fixed values. This is what a digital radio is. It has buttons. So, and also digital TV, it has buttons. You have a remote. It has buttons. You have a remote to control it. It has limited values. You have remote to control it. And in digital monitor, again, or the screen, you have this kind of screen and you have switches to change the values. So that is what the digital is. And there are some hybrid computers. It uses both analog and digital. Hybrid computers, it uses both analog and digital. Especially these are used in labs. Right? Labs. Are you doing audio engineering? Anyone here doing audio engineering? Music.
So I also like to edit audios. So how can we do?
So there are audio engineering labs, right? Here, audio engineering lab means audio recording.
What are they doing, sir?
They are basically recording as a studio, traditional studio. They are recording, not just recording. They have mixtures like this. Here, can you see? They have mixtures to like mix the reduce noise and mixing up. They have mixtures like this, and they have large monitors.
Studios, no, sir.
Yes, those are studios. Right? They are using hybrid computers, and not just that. So scientific labs, medical labs, they are using weather forecasting. Right? They are using both analog and digital. Here, weather forecasting computers. So these weather forecasting computers use both analog and digital methods. Those are called hybrid computers. Which is better, analog, digital, or hybrid?
Digital.
Yes, digital is easy to use, but most usable computers are hybrid, right? Mostly computers are hybrid. It uses analog, digital both. It uses both analog and digital mechanisms, not just digital. It uses analog and mechanism also. So you can also use, have you seen this computer drawing pad? So these artists are using this for drawing in the screen. They are using computer drawing pads. Basically, artists are using this as a pen and also a mouse pad like thing, and they can draw using the pen. Right? So most of the artists are using that. So that is basically mixture of analog and digital formats. It measures the pressure, it measures the line width, it measures how thin you are drawing. All these things will be measured using this pad. So it uses hybrid technology. Okay, hybrid computers will support both analog and digital. And there's a newer version of computers that is called biological computers, xenobots. Have you heard of that? Xenobots or the biological computers?
Yes, sir. Sir, they can kills that.
This is Xenobot. Please go and watch this video. Xenobot is actually computer-made biological computer. Computer-made biological computer. So kind of odd term.
Yes,
so,
sir. You say that in grade 9 also, sir.
Yeah, grade 9. I think if you were there in the grade 9 class, I explained this. Actually, it's based on a computer algorithm. So it uses computer algorithm. Then the cells, actually the heart cells and skin cells of a frog is connected and created this special living robot. And it can work as groups. It can self-heal. When somebody cut this, make a කැපුණොත් දෙකට එයාට තනියෙන් යාව හදා ගන්න පුළුවන්. Self-heal.
Sir, it can kill that cancers, no, sir?
Yeah, it can even kill cancer cells. It can identify the objects and kill them, even to clear cholesterol, maybe to clean ocean plastic, the microplastic in the ocean. So that it can work as groups. It can live inside the body for 14 days. In future, there will be developed version of these xenobots. Right? You can just search future.
So are they in Sri Lanka also?
No. Okay. Future xenobots. So you can just explore what will be the first future xenobot. What can it do? What can it? So you can just go and see these videos and study. Maybe in your future, when you are adults like us, you will be working with these computers. And not just the corona-like viruses. You have to fight with xenobot as well. Right? So that is in future. Okay, so I will stop from here for today. We have discussed about the type of computers. Also, now we have to actually further explore the computer and know about these devices. That part we can do next day. To learn about devices. Then good night. See you all next
time. Good night, sir. Thank you, sir. Have a nice day, sir.
Okay.
Good night, sir. Thank you, sir.
Night. Bye.